Thrown out of the Magic Cafe and humiliated before a crowd for his bright red MAGA hat, Ivan stood his ground with unwavering pride. The security guard had no idea that this seemingly ordinary Republican was the keeper of ancient secrets, destined to reveal the true magic hidden within those walls. As tensions flared, Ivan's hidden identity shattered prejudices and sparked a chain of extraordinary events. What happened next would leave everyone questioning the very nature of magic and bias. In the bustling heart of the city, Magic Cafe stood out with its vibrant lights and mysterious reputation. People flocked here seeking unique experiences and enchanting encounters. One evening, the door swung open to reveal Ivan, a proud Republican donning a bright red MAGA hat. His presence immediately drew attention, contrasting sharply with the cafe's eclectic decor. At the entrance stood Sergey, the cafe's stern security guard known for his zero-tolerance policy. Spotting Ivan's hat, Sergey couldn't hide his disdain and quipped sarcastically, "Oh, look who decided to join us. The president himself, here for a latte." Ivan remained unfazed, offering a calm smile. "Perfect day for coffee, don't you think?" Sergey smirked, but took a step closer. "Sorry, but we prefer a more neutral vibe here. Please leave." The cafe fell silent. Patrons watched intently, some stifling laughter, while others pulled out their phones to capture the moment. Ivan, maintaining his composure, responded coolly. "Is there an issue with the little red hat?" Sergey's patience snapped. "It's not about the hat. We want to keep things peaceful and inclusive. Now, please leave." Ivan took a step back, still smiling. "Police? At a Magic Cafe? That's a new one." Laughter erupted from the crowd, and some began to applaud Ivan's restraint. Sergey, feeling the mounting pressure, tried to assert control. "You understand your presence could cause problems? We don't want any trouble." Ivan's eyes sparkled with amusement. "I've always respected those who maintain order, but today your order might need a little adjustment." Before Sergey could respond, a server tripped, sending a tray of pastries crashing to the floor. The distraction gave Ivan a moment to pivot, helping Sergey pick up the scattered treats. The crowd watched, some amused by their unexpected teamwork, others eager to see the outcome. As the last eclair was placed back on the tray, Sergey glanced up, irritation still evident. "Maybe we can handle this without the drama," he conceded reluctantly. Ivan nodded graciously. "Agreed. Let's just enjoy our evening." The tension eased, and the patrons resumed their conversations with smiles. The young woman with purple hair lowered her phone, satisfied that the situation had diffused, for now. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of an extraordinary tale that would soon reveal the true magic hidden within the cafe's walls. The atmosphere in Magic Cafe was still electric from the earlier exchange. Ivan, still seated at his table, caught Sergey's lingering glare. Deciding to address the tension directly, Ivan leaned forward with a light smirk. "Interesting. Are you running this cafe, or just guarding it?" Sergey's jaw tightened, his frustration evident. "Running this place isn't your concern. Now leave or I'll call the police." Ivan chuckled, the sound cutting through the tension. "Police? At a Magic Cafe? That's a first." Laughter rippled through the cafe, and some patrons began to cheer Ivan on. Sergey, feeling the crowd's support shift against him, tried to maintain his authority. "You realize your presence here could cause problems. We don't want any trouble." Ivan's smile remained steady. "You know, Sergey, I've always admired those who uphold order, but it seems your version of order could use a little tweaking." The room held its breath as Sergey struggled to keep his composure. His frustration boiled over. "Enough! You need to leave this establishment right now, or I will make you leave by force." Before Sergey could take another step, a loud crash echoed from the kitchen, as another server knocked over a stack of cups. The sudden chaos diverted attention, but Sergey was determined to press his point. Turning back to Ivan, Sergey's voice wavered slightly. "See? This is exactly the kind of trouble your presence causes." Ivan stood up smoothly, meeting Sergey's gaze. "Looks like your little disruptions are already stirring things up. Maybe the real issue isn't me, but how you're handling this situation." The crowd began to murmur, some finding Sergey's outburst amusing, while others felt sympathy for Ivan. The young woman with purple hair captured the scene on her phone, ready to share the drama online. Sergey, feeling the weight of the crowd's mixed reactions, made one last attempt. "Leave now, or I swear!" Ivan raised his hand calmly. "Or what? You'll use force? At a place where magic happens? That's ironic." A hush fell over the room as Ivan's words sank in. Sergey's confident stance faltered as he glanced around, noticing the amused and supportive faces of the patrons. Realizing he was losing control, Sergey took a deep breath and sighed. "Fine, you can stay, but don't cause any more trouble." Ivan nodded, extending his hand. "Thank you. Let's just enjoy our evening." The crowd erupted in applause, relief washing over them. Sergey, still tense, shook Ivan's hand reluctantly. "I truly apologize. I was too harsh and unfair." Ivan smiled warmly. "It's important to learn from our mistakes. Let's work together to make this place better." As laughter and conversations resumed, the Magic Cafe buzzed with renewed energy. The conflict had been diffused, but the true magic of the evening was yet to unfold, setting the stage for revelations that would change everyone's perception of the cafe and each other. Ivan was already turning to leave, his calm demeanor unshaken by the earlier confrontation. But just as he reached the door, he paused, his expression shifting to one of seriousness that immediately caught Sergey's attention. "You probably don't know this, but I'm the keeper of ancient secrets in this place," Ivan declared, his voice steady and authoritative. The room fell silent. Patrons froze mid-conversation, eyes wide with curiosity and disbelief. Sergey, still bristling from their earlier exchange, couldn't hide a skeptical smirk. "Keeper of ancient secrets? Is this a joke?" Sergey scoffed, crossing his arms defiantly. Ivan lifted his hand slightly, and the atmosphere around them began to change. The walls of the Magic Cafe shimmered with ethereal symbols, glowing softly in hues of blue and gold. A subtle hum filled the air, tingling with mystical energy. Patrons took a step back, eyes darting around in awe and confusion. "Yes, Sergey," Ivan replied, his tone unwavering. "I'm here to protect this place from negativity and prejudice. It seems you're unable to grasp the true magic that fills this cafe." Sergey's confident facade started to crumble as he took in the transforming environment. His eyes darted around, searching for an explanation, but nothing made sense. Panic began to replace his earlier arrogance. "What do you mean? What can you do?" Sergey demanded, his voice cracking slightly. Ivan remained composed, the glow around him intensifying. "The magic here allows people to see each other for who they truly are. Your prejudice is already dissolving in the presence of this true essence." Sergey's hands trembled as he looked around, the reality of the situation sinking in. The once dismissive security guard now stood vulnerable, facing forces beyond his understanding. What's happening?" Sergey stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. Ivan took a step closer, the symbols on the walls pulsating rhythmically. "Magic here fosters understanding and breaks down barriers. It reveals the real value each person brings, beyond their outward symbols." The patrons watched in stunned silence as Sergey's demeanor shifted from anger to bewilderment. His eyes met Ivan's, and in that moment, something changed. The magical aura seemed to seep into Sergey, softening his features and melting away his hostility. I don't understand," Sergey muttered, shaking his head as if trying to dispel the surreal experience. Ivan smiled gently, his presence radiating warmth and authority. "You don't have to understand right now. Just feel the change, let go of the prejudice, and see the magic for what it truly is." The cafe seemed to breathe around them, the magical energy wrapping everyone in a comforting embrace. Sergey took a deep breath, his rigid posture relaxing as the tension in his body eased. He looked around, noticing the genuine smiles and the harmonious atmosphere that now filled the room. I see," Sergey whispered, his voice filled with newfound clarity. "I was wrong." The crowd erupted in silent applause, the tension dissolving into an atmosphere of acceptance and unity. Ivan extended his hand to Sergey, who hesitated for a moment before accepting it, his grip firm but humble. "Thank you," Sergey said softly. "I didn't realize what this place was truly about." Ivan nodded, his mission clear. "We're all here to learn and grow. Let's embrace the magic together." As Sergey and Ivan stood together, the patrons began to mingle, conversations flowing freely, without the earlier undercurrents of tension. The young woman with the purple hair, still recording, captured the transformative moment, her grin wide with amazement. Just then, a playful sparkle danced in Ivan's eyes. "Well, Sergey, looks like the real magic was inside you all along." Sergey couldn't help but chuckle, the absurdity of the situation finally sinking in. "Guess I needed a little magic to see things clearly." The chapter closed with a burst of laughter from the crowd, the magic cafe alive with renewed energy and mutual respect. The unexpected revelation had not only diffused the conflict, but had also woven a new thread of understanding and camaraderie among everyone present. Little did they know, the true depth of the cafe's magic was only beginning to unfold, promising even greater wonders and challenges ahead. Sergey stood there, his head bowed in shame. The realization of his mistake washed over him like a tidal wave, leaving him momentarily speechless. "I'm sorry, I didn't know," he mumbled, his voice barely audible above the now hushed murmurs of the crowd. At that moment, the other staff members of Magic Cafe approached Ivan. They formed a semicircle around him, their presence exuding a calm authority. With synchronized movements, they began a ritualistic cleansing of the space, their hands weaving through the air as soft glowing lights enveloped the room. The negativity that had once thickened the atmosphere began to dissipate, replaced by a warm, inviting glow. The air felt lighter, the colors more vibrant, and a sense of peace settled over everyone present. The patrons, witnessing the transformation, started clapping enthusiastically. Phones whipped out of pockets as videos and photos were snapped, capturing the magical moment. Social media feeds buzzed with the hashtag #MagicCafeMiracle, and within minutes, the story went viral. People from all over the city flocked to Magic Cafe, eager to experience its renowned enchantment firsthand. Sergey, still humbled, took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I truly apologize to Ivan and everyone here," he said, his voice gaining strength. "I was too harsh and unfair." Ivan smiled warmly, extending his hand to the now repentant guard. "It's important to learn from our mistakes. I hope we can work together for the good of this place." Sergey grasped Ivan's hand firmly, a genuine smile breaking through his previously stern facade. "Absolutely. I'd like that." The cafe buzzed with renewed energy as laughter and conversations resumed naturally. Ivan was welcomed as an honorary guest, and he took a seat at the central table, sharing stories about the cafe's magical properties. He explained how the magic helped people overcome their prejudices and find common ground, regardless of their political beliefs or personal backgrounds. "Magic isn't just about spells and enchantments," Ivan said, raising his coffee cup in a toast. "It's about the magic within each of us, to change, to understand, and to connect." The crowd erupted in cheers, raising their cups in agreement. The transformation wasn't just physical, it was emotional and spiritual. The once tense atmosphere had given way to an environment of acceptance and unity. As the evening wore on, the Magic Cafe became the epicenter of positive energy. Patrons shared their own stories of overcoming biases and embracing differences, inspired by Ivan's presence and the cafe's enchanting influence. The young woman with the vibrant purple hair, who had been recording the entire ordeal, captured countless moments of joy and reconciliation, ensuring that the story of Magic Cafe's transformative power would continue to inspire far beyond its walls. In a final light-hearted twist, Sergey couldn't resist adding a bit of humor to the evening. As Ivan shared another tale of the cafe's magic, Sergey leaned over and whispered, "So, does this magic include making terrible barista jokes disappear?" Ivan chuckled, his eyes twinkling with amusement. "Only the really bad ones, but you might have to work on that yourself." The room filled with laughter, the tension completely dissolved. Sergey, now fully embraced by the community, joined in the merriment, his earlier rigidity a distant memory. As the night drew to a close, Ivan stood up, ready to leave, but not before sharing one last thought. Remember, the true magic is in how we treat each other. Let's keep this place a beacon of understanding and kindness. With a final wave, Ivan exited the Magic Cafe, leaving behind a room filled with smiles, applause, and a newfound sense of camaraderie. The staff and patrons watched him go, knowing that his visit had left an indelible mark on their hearts and the very essence of the cafe. Magic Cafe continued to thrive, its reputation as a place where magic and reality intertwined growing stronger each day. Sergey took on a new role with enthusiasm, ensuring that every guest felt welcomed and valued. The once contentious symbol of Ivan's MAGA hat had become a symbol of unity and transformation, proving that beneath every exterior lies the potential for profound change. The story concluded on a high note. The antagonist had been forgiven and became an integral part of the cafe's harmonious environment, while Ivan demonstrated that beneath every outward symbol lies deep wisdom and kindness. As the crowd dispersed with smiles and heartfelt conversations, Magic Cafe stood as a testament to the power of magic, understanding, and the enduring human spirit. Weeks after Ivan's visit, Magic Cafe saw an unprecedented surge in popularity. People from all walks of life came to experience the magic that had so profoundly changed their evening. Sergey thrived in his new role, often seen sharing a laugh with customers and ensuring everyone felt at home. One evening, as Ivan passed by the cafe, he glanced through the window, seeing the vibrant community he had helped foster. The sight filled him with pride and satisfaction. The true magic of the cafe wasn't just in its enchanting aura, but in the hearts of those who believed in its power to bring people together. And so, Magic Cafe continued to be a sanctuary of harmony and enchantment, where every visitor left a little more understanding and a lot more connected. The legacy of that transformative night lived on, inspiring countless others to embrace the magic within themselves and the world around them.